Hey everyone, this is our Shopify upgrade series where we recreate features of successful e-commerce brands. And today, let's take a look at Fabletics. You can see here that they have members-only pricing, which gives it a more exclusive experience. Costco also has members-only pricing, except in this case, they have some products that you can see without logging in. But logging in for pricing isn't just for memberships. You can actually use this for B2B pricing as well. So this is really useful if you offer memberships or you want to restrict certain products to a subset of your customers. And while account logins is a standard feature for Shopify stores, hiding content unless you're logged in is not. So normally you have to install an app or hire a developer for a feature like this, but in this video, I'll show you how you can add this feature in yourself for free. We'll start off by giving you a tour of the final customization. We'll explain the settings available that come with it, and then we'll show you how you can add it to your own store step by step. Before we start though, I just have one small favor to ask from you. Please subscribe. It really helps us grow this channel, which means we can make more free tutorials like this one just for you. We do our best to provide tutorials that most of you will find useful, but if you need something a bit more personalized and want to hire us to help, then check out our website at theprompted.co. Links and details will be in the description. All right, let's take a look at locking pricing content. Okay, so we're on our demo store here. We're looking at a collection, and you can see here that these two products have the pricing locked out, right? It says, please log in to see pricing. So if we say go into this product here, on the product page, you can see it also says that the add to cart button, the quantity selector, those have been hidden because we need to log in to add this to cart. But if you go to a different product, like say this one, then you can see that the price and the add to cart buttons are all there for that product. And so once we log in, and let's go back to our collection. You can see here now that the pricing for these two products has revealed, and the same thing on the product page. You can see how the pricing has been revealed and we have our add to cart buttons now in view. Okay, so that's the short demo of the feature, but there's quite a few different settings that you can use to modify how this experience is. So let's just log back out and let's head over to the theme editor. So we're in the theme editor right now, and if you go into the theme settings and scroll to the bottom, we've got this menu section, lock website content. Now, your theme isn't going to have this menu yet because we've customized our theme to add this in. And later in this video, I'll show you how you can add these features in so that you can add this locking feature into your store. So the first option here is actually just to toggle it on or off. It's the master switch, which we can say, are we going to lock the pricing or not? So let's uncheck that. You can see here that the pricing is going to be revealed. That's our master switch. Because this video, we want to actually lock that pricing, we're going to turn that on. So the second one here is if we want the experience to be more like Fabletics, where all products you can't really see the pricing for. Right now, it's kind of more like the Costco example, where only some products are hidden from view. But if we check this box, then we're going to make it so that every single product on the store, you'd have to log in to see the pricing. So the next one is to hide the cart icon. So in this scenario, if we're hiding the pricing for every single product, then there's going to be no scenario where we should be having products in the cart. So we can actually hide the cart icon as well, just in case someone kind of maybe logs in, they add something to the cart, log out, to prevent the items from still being in the cart and being able to check out. We can just hide the cart icon entirely. So there we go. We've removed that from the store. And then now here's a couple of customizations we can use to change the display of the message. So in this case, it's please log in to see pricing. We could maybe add exclamation mark at the end, for example, and it will show that there. Like we can go into the product page, it'll show the same thing in here. And the final option here is text for add to cart locking. So let's go back to our collections. And sorry, let's do the t-shirt collection. Okay, so right now we have no way of adding the products to cart, but if we turn on the quick add feature, so standard or bulk, then there's actually a way you can add products to cart without going to the product page, and this is with the quick add. So what we've done here is we've made it so that if the product is has the pricing hidden and you have to log in, then we prevent you from being able to add it to cart from here as well. Okay, let's save this. And then we're going to refresh our page on the t-shirt collections. Okay, so if we open up the quick add button, you can see here it's please log in to see pricing, and there's no way to add to cart, but we can actually play around with the variants so we can see what the product looks like. In this case, there are no variants, so we have this message, please log in to add to cart. And that's the message that we can modify in our settings right here. Please log in to add to cart. So let's just add an exclamation mark on this one again. And then you can see here that we got our exclamation mark there. And so that's how that works. Right now we're using the standard quick add. We can change it to bulk and save, and then we get a little bit of a different experience. So I've just refreshed, and now we get the bulk. And so here you can see here that normally you would have quantity and pricing and total for every single individual variant. We've just removed all of those columns so that we just see the different variants available here. And so if we go back to our theme editor, and let's say we don't lock all products, then we can actually see the difference between products that have the pricing hidden and ones that don't. So let's just refresh this again. And we can see here, we look at this, we don't have any other additional details. But if we go into this product, we've got all of our quantity selectors, our pricing, our variant totals, like all of this information is shown. And so we've just hidden that if you need to log in to see that pricing. And so that in a nutshell is what we're looking at. We have, if we're hiding pricing, but we also want to prevent the customers from being able to add that product to cart if we are hiding price, right? So, okay, so we have these two products that are where the pricing is hidden and you have to log in to see it. So how do we select which products we want to have this behavior for? So in order to do that, we actually have created a meta object. So we can go to our content area, and we've got this lock pages meta object definition. And then in here, we've created one meta object entry, and we've got this list of products. And all we have to do is just select the product we want in here, and it'll be added to the list that will be locked out. So let's say, for example, let's use the prompted chip t-shirt here. So we go back to here, the prompted chip t-shirt. Done. We can save that. So just as a reminder, we only need to select the products if we decide that we are going to not lock all product prices, right? So if we actually lock all product prices, then we don't actually need to choose anything. They're all locked by default. But if we want to select which products are going to be locked for pricing and other ones that will remain always shown, then that's when we will actually select the products in this list here. And so now we can refresh our page, and you can see here that the prompted chip t-shirt now has this message to log in to see pricing. Once we log in, we'll actually get to see that. Okay, so those are pretty much the features of our locked content customization here. If you like what you see, then let's add it to your store now. All right, so we're in the admin of our demo store, and we're in the themes area here. And we've just added a fresh new version of Dawn. This is Dawn version 15.0.2, which is the latest one as of recording. And all we've done is we've just renamed it. We haven't made any other changes. And so we can actually just refresh our page here. We can see there's login to see pricing, and that's going to go away. If we go to customize theme and go into our theme settings, that extra menu area for our locked content isn't showing up. So this is just fresh new version of Dawn. And so in order to make these changes, we're going to first need to add a meta object definition and the meta object entry, and then we're going to make some code changes. Now, don't worry about the code changes. I'm going to give you everything you need. It's just copy and paste. So let's get started. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to create our meta object definition. And so you can go into the settings, custom data, and then add definition. Right. So in here, you would put in the name, and then you would add the fields. Now, I've already done this, so I'm going to show you the name and fields of the sorry, let's open this up again. Okay, so this is the one we created, lock pages, and we're going to call it lock pages. And so this is important because the code is looking for this type name right here, lock underscore pages. So make sure the name matches. And then we're going to add two fields. The first field is going to be a title, and this title is going to be a type of single line text, one value. And we're also going to use this as the display name. And so that's the first field. The second field is going to be called products to lock. Again, this is important to use this name because we're looking for this key right here, products to lock. And it's going to be type product, and make sure to make it a list of products so you can select multiple products in our meta object. And once you're done, then you can save, and you're pretty much done there. And then in order to select your products, then you go into the content area, you go to your definition name, lock pages, and you can add an entry, or, it's because this is going to be empty for you guys. Add entry, you give it a name, we can call it lock pages, like this. Later on, I'll show you in the theme editor that you can actually choose different meta object entries, so you can actually create multiple different ones and toggle back and forth between which ones you want. But for now, you can just make this lock pages, and then you just select your products. And then once you've done that, then you can save, and you have your selected products. So we've already done that, right? So we've got this lock pages here, call it lock pages. We've selected the products that we want, and we've saved it. We're going to be looking for the handle, right? So the title is actually not as important as the handle. The handle is what we're actually going to be searching for. So just keep that in mind as we get, because later we'll show you in the theme settings where we place that handle. Okay, so once you've made your meta object and you've added your entry, then we're going to edit our code. So you can go and hit edit code right here. But before you do, just make sure to duplicate your theme. In this case, I've got the maximum 20 themes, so maybe you have to remove an old one. But you're always going to want to duplicate your theme before you start, just because if anything goes wrong with the customization and you have to figure out how to go back to your previous version, if you duplicate it, then you actually don't have to worry about that because you saved your checkpoint before you made your changes. Okay, so let's edit code. And the first file we're going to be changing is going to be the settings _ schema file. So this file here controls a lot of the overall settings in the theme. So let's just kind of give you a quick overview of what that looks like. Right, so when we go into this theme settings area here, all of these settings are defined in this file here, settings schema. So we're going to go all the way to the bottom, And these are actually cart. This is this last one here, right? So you can actually highlight this little curly bracket. You can see it ends right there. So this is your cart settings, right? Cart type, drawer, page, notification. We come down to the bottom. You can see here we've got cart type, drawer, page, pop-up notification. So these are the settings that define what we see here. And we're going to come just below the cart. We're going to create a comma, a little bit of space, and we're going to copy and paste our new settings in. So once we've done that, we can save. And what we've just done is we've added new settings into our settings editor. So I can actually just refresh this now. And you can see here, underneath the cart, we've got this lock website content area. When we open this up, you get all these settings that we were talking about before. Now, if we check these, it's not actually going to do anything because we have to make additional changes to our theme before these settings will have any effect. So let's continue. All right, so next we've got the price.liquid file. Don't need to write that liquid here, price.liquid. And this file controls how the price is shown on our product cards, on our product page. So what we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit of code underneath the comment here. And it opens up an if statement. So you got this else here, and all the rest of the regular code remains the same. And then we're going to close it off by adding our end if right here. So you can just copy and paste it and place it right at the bottom there. And so we can save. And now we've just wrapped a bit of code above the existing one and close it off with end if at the very end. Okay, so next we're going to update the main product.liquid file. So this file is what defines the actual product template, right? So this page right here is defined by this file right here, and we're going to make some changes here as well. So we're going to assign some variables right up at the top. Here we're going to be looking for the metaobject entry that we just created. And then we're going to look for two blocks, right? So in our product template, so this one right here, let's choose a different product to look at. Okay, let's say this one here. So right here, we can have this product information, and we've got these different blocks here. So we have a quantity selector, and we've got buy buttons. And we want to hide both of those along with the pricing if we want. But the pricing we've already handled with the price.liquid file. So let's do the quantity selector. So you can just hit Control F and then search for quantity selector, and it'll take you down here. So you get this when quantity selector. We're going to come right beneath that. We're going to copy and paste some code right there. And then we use the existing code. So we've opened this else, and then we're going to do all the existing code here. And then we're going to scroll all the way down until we get to the end of this section where the next when shows up. And we're going to close off our if statement by copy and pasting the end if here. Okay, and we're going to do the same thing for the buy buttons. So you can see here, just a little bit lower, you got the buy buttons. We're going to create a little bit of space just underneath here and just before the next when. And we're going to copy and paste the exact same code above and close it off with the end if below it. Okay, so now we can save. And let's head over to the header.liquid file. So in this case, this defines the header, right? So this navigation bar header is what we're looking at now, and we want to conditionally hide the cart button. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just Control F and look for cart. Let's search for it again. Okay, so you can see this link here, ahref, and it closes right here. So let's just create a little bit of space above and below, and we are going to copy and paste the start of our if statement, and we're going to close it off right there. So let's save. And then now we're going to head over to our next file, which is the card product.liquid file. So as you notice, there's already quite a few different files that we're modifying. And that's because there's a lot of different places where we are actually affecting some changes. So it's the pricing, it's the way the cart icon up here. We need to do it on the collection page. We need to do it on the product page. We need to do different elements on the product page. So there's a lot of different spots where if we're going to hide pricing, we want to kind of complete it. And so that's why we're actually modifying quite a few different files. Now, the changes that we are making are going to be somewhat similar. We're just saying, hey, there's some conditions that we want to show it and some conditions where we don't. And so that's what we've been doing so far. Okay, so we're in our card product.liquid file, and we can add some variable definitions at the very top. So we assign some variables. And in here, we're actually going to be modifying the quick add button behavior. So that was, so if we come to our collections, let's go to the t-shirt one again. So that is when we want to add these buttons here, these quick add buttons. So if you're going to be using them, then we also need to make sure that any product where we're hiding pricing, we can't add the product to cart from the quick add. So that's what we're doing now. So in here, we're going to scroll closer to the bottom. Okay, so right here, assign product form ID quick add if quick add equals standard. So this is where we define how the behavior works for the standard version of the quick add, which is this option right here. And then a little bit lower, you're going to see here if it's bulk. Right here, if it's bulk, then it defines that there. So what we're going to do is we're going to come down here a little bit. You're going to see this if statement. So it says if card.variance.size is greater than 1 or quantity rules, then it's going to do this code here. We're going to come right to the else that matches it. So right here, and below that, there's this button section. So if you're on Dawn version 15.0.2, which is what I'm on, and you haven't made any modifications, then it should be around 360 something. I added a couple lines at the top, so it might push down a little bit, but it's going to be in around this area here. And we're going to have this button, and you're going to see that it's there's this disabled here. We're going to just come below that, and we're going to copy and paste a couple of additional conditions on when we would disable this button. Don't worry about formatting too much. Putting this here just helps us see what we've changed, and then we can format it afterwards once we're happy with it. Okay, so we've done that, and now we can come a little bit lower, and we've got this span here. So this span is the text that's going to be inside of our button, and so right now we're affecting how the button is going to be disabled or not, and so we've added conditions there. Now the text that goes in there, we want to change that as well. So let's copy and paste some code, and we're going to add an end if afterwards. Just right before the span ends, right there. Okay, so we can save. And then we have to scroll a little bit lower. So we've got our quick add bulk option here. And so in this case, we're going to be also working when the variant size is 1. So let's just come below this quick add bulk element. I'm going to create a little bit of space above it, below it. And we're going to copy and paste this code. And then we have to close off the if statement right before the quick add bulk right there. And once we've done that, we can save. Okay, almost done. Just a couple more files now, both with the quick order. So let's type in quick order here. And the first one we're going to modify is the quick order list. And so in here, this defines the what we're seeing when we have the quick order list come up. So we can just save. Let's go to our collection. Let's open this up. So, oh, actually it should be in bulk. So let's change this back to bulk. Okay, so what we're looking at here, the quick order list file is going to define the headers of this table and also the footer here. And so what we're going to do is we're going to just scroll down. We're going to look for the word quantity actually. Okay, so you can see here that we've got this quantity label. And so this is one of the header items. And so we're going to just copy and paste our code right here. And we've got a couple of things here. We've got the quantity and the price and the total. Those are 3 different headers here. So that's the quantity, the price, the variant total. And we're just going to essentially hide all of these if we are going to be hiding pricing because, well, we don't need that information if we've hidden the price. So that's going to be, we're going to wrap that with our if statement here. And then we're going to scroll down a little bit further. And then we see here that we've got this div, quick order list total, and we're going to wrap this div with our if statement. So it starts right here. We can kind of scroll down until we get to down here. And you can see here it's a quick order list and we've got this end if here. So we're just going to come right above it and we're going to place another end if right here. So let's save. And then we've got our last file we're going to update, which is the quick order list row. And in here, we're going to similarly wrap some code with an if statement. So in this case, we're going to be looking for quantity again, right? So just keep going until we see, okay, maybe let's look for variant item underscore quantity. Okay, so this is what we're looking for. What this is where this file is being rendered for each individual variant. So each one of these here renders this quick order list row one time, and we're looking at we want to remove the quantity, the price, and the total from view. So we're going to paste our code right above here, and then we're going to scroll all the way down until you see the end of this /tr here. So you're going to see also some variant item totals. So let's just come right above here, right? So we've got some comments: theme check disable, theme check enable. We've got price. So we're just going to come right below this part here, and we're going to close off our if statement with an end if, just paste that in right there. So if you haven't made too many modifications to your quick order list row.liquid file, it should be in approximately at 459. Now we added some lines of code above, so it might be maybe something like 440 something if you hadn't made those changes. But if you had, it's probably going to be in this range right here in terms of the line number. Okay, so we can save that. And that's pretty much it. Now we've made all of our code changes. Let's take a look to see if it works. So let's come back to our theme editor. We can refresh just to make sure that all the settings are available. And we can go to our settings wheel. And the first thing we can do is we can just check this box, master switch, see what happens. All right, so this works. You can see here are 3 products that we had previously identified as ones that we wanted to have customers log in order to see the pricing. That's working. And now let's go through the other settings and make sure everything works okay. So if we check this box, then all products would need to be logged in. You would need to log in order to see the price, which works. We can hide the cart icon. So let's make sure this works here. Okay, cart icon goes away. We can change the text. Maybe we can add an exclamation mark here. That shows up. Another exclamation mark. See if it shows up on this button here. Works well. Okay, so everything looks like it's working well. We already kind of went through the settings earlier, so I'm not going to go into too much detail with these. You can go back to earlier in the video if you want to see how the settings work and especially what to do with the quick add button. We kind of went through that earlier. And we've got this last setting here. So this is the lock pages metaobject handle. So if we come back out to our admin area, and come to our content, lock pages. Okay, so this metaobject entry has the handle lock-pages, and that's what we've placed right here. So this is how we find it. If we actually change this, then it's not going to be able to find which products we want. That's only relevant if we're not locking all products, right? So you can see here are 3 products that should have the pricing hidden are not hidden because we're not actually finding the right metaobject handle. So we add that S back in, then it will update and hide the pricing. Now, this is useful because let's say you want to rotate which products are being hidden. Maybe you have certain promotions once a week that it's like, okay, members only get to have these, are able to order these products. Then what you can do is you can just create a brand new metaobject entry, name it anything you want, and then just grab this handle and place it into right here. And then it'll affect your store, your pricing store wide using the products that are in that handle instead. All right, so that's our customization today. If you followed it, you should now be able to hide your content so that you can only see it when logged in. And we covered what the customization looks like, what settings you get, and how to add it into your own store. So I hope you found this customization useful. If you did, please subscribe to the channel. And if you want to hire us for any personalized help, just reach out to us at theprompted.co. Thanks, and I'll see you in the next one.